make a waiting room. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Dorothy in the house, Brian in the house. Good to see you both. Hope all is well. We have Brian in the house who also feels the same way. Get those damn strawberries out of my salad. Nasty strawberries. No, I like strawberries, just not in my damn salad. Keep them separate. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. What's going on, Bryant? Bryant loves strawberries in his salad, everybody. Just so you know, he loves strawberries in his salad. What's up, Dorothy? What's going on? What's going on? You guys are early. You guys are part of the early bird crew. Usually it takes like a minute for people to start coming in here, but you guys are part of the early bird special. How are you guys doing? What is my favorite non-wrestling pop that I have? Oh. I would have to say Dead Yamcha. Let me see. And I don't know if this is true, but I think it's true. Well, I got a few, but I really enjoy Dead Yamcha. And speaking of pops, I got some new pops. I got some new pops to share with you guys. My Christmas was good. It was really good. It was pretty relaxing. Hung out with Sugar Mama. Got to see some of my family that I haven't seen in a long time because of the pandemic. So yeah, things were good. Things were good. Christian Reeve says, let's start it off right. Best Brody Lee / okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. Just passed away. I believe he passed away on Christmas, which is obviously especially sad. You as well, Bufo. You as well. So yes, if you haven't heard, Brody Lee recently passed away, also known as Luke Harper. New York-based wrestler. So, you know, for a lot of us New Yorkers and New Jersey wrestlers, we're like, wow, you know, someone who was right in Rochester, just about a few hours north of me, passed away. And it's just, I don't know, it just seems like a crazy thing, you know. 41 years old, young guy, had the rest of his career ahead of him. Truthfully, I think it's interesting. Obviously, with WWE, it didn't work out, but I really feel like Luke Harper is someone who I can see, well, someone I could have seen going back to WWE eventually once he kind of refined everything in AEW. Or maybe not. Maybe he would have I don't know. He just had so much potential. And it especially sucks when you're like, wow, this person should have been, you know? So it's really crappy. Favorite moments with him. I definitely enjoyed when he was the Intercontinental Champion. I think they should have kept his gimmick the same. Just crazy backwoods man, you know? Like, I feel like that's what it should have been. And he should have done more. He should have done more. So it sucks, man. It does suck. But yes, Bufo says smash that like button. Absolutely right. Don't forget to smash that like button. We actually got a small number of people today. All right, we got a nice intimate group. That's okay. That's okay. Bryant wants to know, what did I get for Christmas? All right, so let's start there. Let's talk about a few things. A lot of people tend to ask me, how are you so cheap? You have so many pops. Well, they come from a lot of different places. So let's start and talk about the first place. Donations from you guys. Thank you to Sammy B and No Wrestling IQ. Because of their donations, I was able to get 2 new pops for the studio. Woo! Trish Stratus and an exclusive glow-in-the-dark purple Undertaker. Yeah, pretty dope, right? I was able to get these 2 thanks to Sammy B and No Wrestling IQ for their donations. Yeah, pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet. All right. So, again, those are already 2 pops that I got during the holiday season that I did not pay for. They're not from my own money. They're gifts usually. They're usually gifts. What else do we have? Sugar Mama. So if you guys don't know this by now, I'm a huge fan of the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She got me some of my favorite characters. Mac. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to check it out. As the Nightman. She got me Charlie as the Dayman. She got me Frank, a.k.a. Danny DeVito, as the Troll. So these are just a few. Just a few. And I have more, too. My dad got me Anchorman from one of my favorite comedies of all time. Anchorman, Ron Burgundy. What else do we have here? Oh, my dad also got me. My dad is a huge. Have I ever made a rum ham? Ah, Bufo, I see you are familiar. And I love that. I have never made a rum ham. Never have. My dad is a huge Star Wars fan. And because of that, I grew up watching a lot of Star Wars. And he got me Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian. Make some noise if you guys watch The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. And the last one I got for the holiday season is Nacho. I'm sure Cody Ko would appreciate the Nacho Libre Pop. All right, so that's enough about pops. Let's see what you guys have been talking about over here. I sounded like Kermit the Frog. When I spoke like this. Yeah, a little bit, right? Okay. So Brian, that answers your question on what did I get for Christmas. A lot of pops this time. A lot of pops. Some other things too, but a lot of pops. Let's see. Bufo. What are my favorite oversells in WWE history? A couple of matches stand out in my mind. If you've ever watched Shawn Michaels and Triple H against Randy Orton and I think I want to say it was Ric Flair in a tag team match. It was from a live event where Triple H comes off the second rope, goes for a double axe handle, and I believe it's Randy Orton. He puts his boot up. Triple H catches the boot right under the jaw, and he's just like this. For what seems like 5 full minutes, he's just like, and it's like, to me, it's the most hilarious thing ever. Everyone in the crowd is like, what's going on? Shawn Michaels is trying to knock him down, fan him over. It's one of my favorite oversells, but I also really like, speaking of Shawn Michaels, his match against Hulk Hogan, where he like really oversold. Some people said that he did it to make fun of Hogan. I don't really know if that's the case, but either way, he made him look like $1 million. He made him look like the strongest elderly man on the planet. Two of my favorite oversells. Cheapest thing I've done at Christmas over the years, says Christian Reeve. Unfortunately, I think this might be it, and it doesn't really have much to do. I didn't even turn on this light. Look at that. Bite. Oh, just kidding. I didn't put on my light. That's so sad. That's so sad. But I think you guys see me just fine. Oh, and I also have this backup light. That'll do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, this year it was weird because there was no travel. I'm not, as much as I live stream, I never like Zoom call anymore. Or not Zoom call. I never use like FaceTime or Skype to call family and friends. And this time I did because I'm like, well, we're not traveling. I'm not going to see a lot of people. So this was definitely the cheapest Christmas holiday that I think I've ever experienced. You know, and just from a lack of travel alone. Let's see. What else do we have here? SM Lover in the house. If you guys are just joining, don't forget to smash that like button like it owes you money. Yeah. Yeah, hit that like button. Use a bad like button. All right, let's see. Aaron is here. He's got The Miz. Nice. Nice, Aaron. Do I like Deadpool? I do. I do like Deadpool. I'm excited for the third movie. I hope it's good. I know there's a lot of new stuff going on, so we'll see. We'll see. Mulalo in the building. What's going on, dude? Oh, Boo, you remember that, Bufo? I know, that was hilarious, right? Let's see. DJ says, I think all the WWE wrestlers are all fake. They just use steroids to be a top star. You have to use steroids. Like, I watch AEW, and I don't see anyone as big as people in WWE. So, I'll say this. To kind of go off of that, I don't think many people are using steroids these days anymore. It's just, it's a big job risk. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little dangerous to be playing with steroids. Back in the day, absolutely. But I'd be surprised if there was many people in WWE using steroids. I just don't think that's a popular thing anymore. I mean, you can't even, do other recreational things without getting in trouble. So I don't see why someone would jump to steroids. At this point, that could be, you could just be fired for that. You can be like, oh. Michael B says, thoughts on Luke Harper passing. So we did talk about that a little bit in the first few minutes of this. Luke Harper, also known as Brody Lee in AEW, unfortunately passed away. I believe it was on Christmas Day. And it's terrible, man. Like, a guy with so much potential, the world at his fingertips. And it's always sad when you see someone pass before they're supposed to. And I mean, 41 years old. That's young. That's real young. So, rest in peace to Brody Lee. It's a shame. I think, like I said, he had the world at his fingertips. It's always sad. Let's see. Christian Reeve, cheapest present I ever gave to someone. Pretty sure I drew someone a picture one year. Drew someone a picture. I don't draw very well. Probably the cheapest and the worst gift I've ever given someone. I think I might have drawn a card. Maybe like made a card, folded it in half, and I was like, listen, times are hard this year, okay? And that was good enough. I hate fruit in my salad. Me too, Bryant. Get those damn strawberries out of my salad, man. Come on. Bat Gabriel says, hey, man, when you were in Extreme Cheapskates, did you have to act on the show, or you actually showed who I really am? So here's the thing. We'll go back to Extreme Cheapskates for a second. It's real. Like, it's not, how do I put this? I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. The things that I did were things that I do. However, it's only a couple of days or a few days of shooting. So they have to have you do all of the cheap things you would do, let's say, within a month and cram it into a few days. So it might not, like, I wouldn't say that the Extreme Cheapskates video is a accurate depiction of one day in my life. I would say it was like those things lasting over a month or two's worth of time. I don't know if that makes sense, but some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. What's going on, Sammy B in the house? What's going on, Sammy B? Machiavelli, hey, Matt, what was your first Funko Pop? Mine was the client from the Mandalorian. Okay. So my first, and by the client, oh, you mean the child. Did you see the child? I actually just picked that up a second ago. My very first Funko Pop was actually from Sugar Mama, and it was, I want to say it was AJ Styles. There's a chance it was Chris Jericho, but I think it was AJ Styles first. Pretty sure. All right, let's see what else. Joseph Rodriguez in the building. What's going on? Michael B, how much money can you make if you compete in the independent circuit? So, you can, it literally starts from like bottom of the barrel. You get nothing. Like my first match, nothing at all. And then you move up to like a hot dog and a handshake. Maybe you'll get lunch and a few bucks. Then you can, and then from there, I would say it ranges from low being like $20 for a match to, if you play your cards right, you can get a couple of hundred. But like that's like you have to really be hustling and really know which promotions would pay you like that. Let's see. Brian says, I don't get why people hate the Star Wars prequel. They were good in my opinion. There was aspects I liked about it and aspects I didn't. If I go back to like, early 2000s, I definitely, my man Darth Maul. How are you going to play Darth Maul like that? Look like great Star Wars villain. Chopped in half. Have a good day. That always made me sad. What is my least favorite Mandalorian episode? So in season 1, when he first meets, oh my gosh, what's her name? I can't even think of her name. She was a peace fighter. I forgot her name, but she was a peace fighter, and he meets her, and they are trying to get their village back. That's kind of the thing. Not the Mandalorian, but he's helping some people get their village back. And I think that's my least favorite episode. I don't know why, but I feel like that episode I had to go back and watch a few times because I kept getting distracted. So I don't know. That's my answer. And not that it was bad. It's just for some reason I could not maintain attention. If you guys are just joining the live stream, this is the last live stream of 2020, and that's just crazy, right? 23 live streams later, and this is the last one for this year, I should say. Next week there'll be another one. Just to clarify, this isn't the last one forever. What's the worst or rudest thing someone has ever said to you, both in wrestling and outside of wrestling? Let's see. The rudest thing someone's ever said to me in wrestling. And I'm sure you mean more so like a promoter or another wrestler or something along those lines. I'll have to think about that one, but I'll answer the second half of your question. When I was a teenager, and you're probably looking for a funny story, and this isn't even a funny story, but when I was a teenager, I moved from the inner city to upstate, and how do I put this? Culture shock. Very much culture shock, going from the inner city of New York to upstate where things are a little more calm and cool and collected. But I had someone call me some racial slurs. Yeah, but bunch of kids call me some racial slurs when I first moved upstate, and that was hard for me, because I was young. I wasn't, I didn't really understand. I never had someone be racist towards me or anything like that. So that's the worst I've ever experienced outside of the ring. In the ring, there was one point where I was mad at someone, but he didn't even say anything. He was just like, how do I put it? Certain moves you're supposed to be cautious and careful of and kind of be smart, and he wasn't. And like, he didn't have to say anything. His actions spoke way louder than they needed to be, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Thoughts on the Slammy Awards? Honestly, I could care less about the Slammies. I didn't even think I watched it. I didn't watch it. I have no idea who won what in any category. I just find them to be so boring and so silly. If you could sit down to have a few beers with either Taker or Stone Cold, who would you... Ooh, that's a... Bufo, that's a good question. Oh, man. Shoot. Taker or Stone Cold? Okay. So that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to choose The Undertaker, though. And that's only because man, I don't know, man. Bufo. Why do you have to ask me these questions, man? That's too tough. I'm going to choose Undertaker, though. Going to choose Undertaker, and then I'm going to challenge him to one more match at WrestleMania. That's my plan. That's my plan. Stone Cold, I see what's going to happen. He's going to drink me under the table, give me a Stone Cold Stunner, and I probably won't remember any of it, right? Something like that. Favorite Marvel character? This question's from Machiavelli. But his is Black Panther. Ooh. My favorite Marvel character of all time would probably be Spider-Man. Big Spider-Man fan. I do enjoy Peter Parker's story. So, yeah. That's it. That's my answer. Justin Rodriguez says, Devon, get the tables! How did Luke Harper die? So, Charismatic Enigma, he had some sort of a lung issue. Yeah. And not related to COVID or anything like that. Nebula says, I almost missed it. Welcome, Danny. Welcome. Underrated Mike. So, who do you think is going to win the men's Royal Rumble? Ooh. All right, so I think there's a few options here. Right now, my number one guy is Keith Lee. I think Keith Lee has a good chance of winning. I think Daniel Bryan has a pretty good chance of winning, especially since Daniel Bryan, there's rumors that this might be his last year or two. So, we'll see. I think those two guys they're up there. They're up there. What is the best Christmas present you ever got? Tough answer. That's a tough one, but the one that sticks out of my mind is one time my dad, it was a few years ago when the PS4 first came out. My dad was like, hey guys, I wasn't able to get you much this year. And I forgot what he gave us, something small. And we were like, Dad, no problem. Don't worry about that. And then he's like, oh, but I have one more thing to give you. And he opens the closet and he brings out a PS4. This is when PS4s first came out, and that's why I have one. People ask me all the time, like, how did you afford a PS4? That's the story. My dad actually surprised me with a PS4, and I was shocked because I had no intentions of buying it myself, And yeah, so that was pretty cool. It's one of the best gifts I ever got. Let's see here. What's a Mandalorian? Is it a fusion of a Mandarin and a mandolin, or a DeLorean? I don't know why they decided to call it a Mandalorian, but it's like the Bounty Hunters Guild, if you will. Something like that. Oh no, it's not really the Bounty Hunters Guild. Don't that's incorrect, because that's totally something different. I don't know, how would you guys explain what a Mandalorian is? It's a creed. It's a creed that they take, and it involves a certain things like wearing the mask all the time, not being seen by others, and that sort of deal. I believe Mandarin? Is that how you say that name? I don't know. Maybe. Am I still wrestling? So currently I am on a hiatus, especially due to the COVID-19 situation. But, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, because there will be an update on that very, very soon. Like, extremely soon. At this rate, very soon. What was my favorite wrestling match that I was in? Ooh. I have a few, but one that stands out in my mind was against T-Sizzle. It's a 4-minute match. I just really liked it. It was his first wrestling match. So, yeah, that's one of my favorites. It definitely stands out to me. Nebula says, what's my favorite finisher? I really always thought the pedigree was cool. I always thought that was a dope move, and it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, if someone gives you a pedigree, you're done. You know? SM Lover says I should play one of the M. Dickey wrestling games. They're really fun and crazy. What is an example of that? I'm not too familiar. What is the best promo I ever cut? Definitely the one on cheesecake and the one on fruit in your salads. Those are the hands down the best promos I've ever cut. No, I have a few. There's one where I won the heavyweight title on a company, and somebody had a camera really close to me, and I just remember getting close to the camera, and I was feeling arrogant. Ooh, I was feeling real arrogant. And I just remember like holding up the title. I was like, I dare somebody to take this off my. I remember I just went crazy. I snapped, completely snapped. And it was like people were like, oh, this guy's not even kidding around. I went and all I was like, this company needs me. I mean, without me, this company is nothing. Not only am I the champion, but I'm the best damn thing to ever set foot in TMPW. And people were like, oh, I feel like he really means that. I did mean it. Bad Gabriel says, I got another question for you. When you exercise, how many hours do you train your body? That's a great question. During the weekdays, honestly, I would say about an hour a day. About an hour a day. I'm someone who I'm very, very bad at taking breaks. Like some people are like, oh, 2 days a week, don't go to the gym. Or 2 days a week, don't work out. 2 days a week, have cheat days on your diet. I'm not good at that. Like, taking days off from exercising for me is critical. Like, because for me, then I start getting like, oh, I'll go tomorrow instead. No. And I can't speak for everybody, but if you're someone who easily gets distracted or gets thrown off your routine very easily, just do it every day. At least tell yourself you'll do it every single day. And that's the best way you'll get it done. Who do I think is going to win the female Royal Rumble? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, we obviously have Charlotte back. I don't think Charlotte's going to win it 2 years in a row, but there are a couple of other options. After watching her last 2 matches, I don't think Bianca Belair is ready. I think she's great. I think she's awesome. I just think I would like to see her do a little more work on SmackDown before she goes for the championship. And that leads me to 2 people. My number 1 person that I think is going to win the female Royal Rumble is Rhea Ripley. I think she has the best chance. I think she'll finish up her time in NXT and debut, officially debut on the main roster for the Royal Rumble. And I think she will win it. I think a lot of things are going to happen within the next few months. I think Charlotte will screw over Asuka. They will lose the tag titles. Or maybe Asuka will lose and Charlotte will just beat up Asuka. But I think Asuka will take the Raw Women's title. And I think Rhea Ripley will be the one to at least challenge her and hopefully take it at WrestleMania. That's my guess. That's just my guess. Do I think Murphy should win the Men's Royal Rumble? No, absolutely not. I love Murphy. Murphy to me is a future world champion. I just don't think it's today. That's it. I mean, if they were going to have him do something like win the Royal Rumble, he shouldn't have been in the same damn storyline for the whole year. You know what I mean? Justin says, what's a match you wish to look back on in the future? A match of mine? Let me know what you mean, Justin. Let me know exactly what you mean. What do I think is the R-Truth top 5 funniest ever? Definitely couldn't give you a top 5 off the top of my head, Bufo, but my funniest R-Truth moment, I would have to say when he was in the ring with Brock. And he was like, oh, I've never faced anyone as big, as bad as you. And then he was like, and then he points at Paul Heyman. And I just thought that was hilarious. I thought it was really well done. You could tell Brock thought it was hilarious, so it was pretty cool. Thomas, what's going on? Bryant wants to know my favorite cinematic match. I would have to go with Undertaker versus AJ Styles with John Cena versus Bray Wyatt as a close second. Do I know what a wrestler's muffler is? No, what's that, Bufo? What is that? Thoughts on Big E winning the IC title? Bryant, I think it's a great thing. People asked me if I thought Big E would win the Rumble, and I said no. I was telling my good friends, I was like, he shouldn't win the Rumble. Too soon. Just because you decide, oh, someone should get a push, doesn't mean you make them win the Rumble and go to WrestleMania and win the title right away. Like, that's just a lot, So for him to win the IC title, I think is amazing. And I think what they should do with him is have him just go on a tear. Beat everyone who challenges him past WrestleMania. Now, if they want to make him lose the title and then win the Money in the Bank next year, that's something I think that's worth talking about. Camille wants to know what's the most expensive thing you bought for someone. Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head, but probably something for Sugar Mama. That would be my guess. Cameron wants to know, can I name one WWE superstar? I mean, yeah. Keith Lee. Speaking of, Dorothy says, I want to see Keith Lee win. I think Keith Lee would be a good option in my opinion. Thoughts on Baron Corbin, says Thomas. Not a fan. I mean, I think he's fine. Just personally, he doesn't do much for me. Like, I don't want to see him as a heel. I don't want to see him as a babyface, which just means I don't want to see him. And that's a problem. I should want to see him. There's always differing views on this. Like, some people are like, ooh, a good heel, you should hate them so much that you don't want to see them on TV. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't really make sense, because then you're changing the channel. You don't want to change the channel because you dislike someone so much. You just want to boo them. You want to want them to lose. And to me, that's what makes a good heel. If you watch them like, ooh, I just want him to lose so bad, then that makes a good heel. But if you're like, honestly, this guy is boring, or I'm just not interested and I just don't care, that's not a good heel. Jake, what's going on? Jake, what's going on, Khan? Can I wrestle James Ellsworth? I would love to wrestle James Ellsworth. I think that would be a very entertaining match for sure. Nebula says, do I wax my head? It's so shiny. No, I do not. So every time, well, not every time. A lot of times after I shave, I put lotion on, but that's usually like right after I shave. So you guys don't even see that. This is all natural, a natural shine. All right. Do I have any footage of you winning titles? You know what's funny? The one that I was just referring to earlier, no, I don't have footage of it. I don't have footage of it, and I always wanted to have footage of it, but apparently the bookers don't have it. And I'm like, come on, how do you not have me winning the championship? Come on. What is the worst match in WWE I've ever seen? Great Khali in some sort of mixed match where he lost to the swing by Cesaro. Now go back. I challenge you guys to go back and watch this match. Just search in YouTube, Cesaro versus the Great Khali counts, and then put the word counts. And the reason why you need to put that in there is because the Great Khali is being pinned. I want to say it was at like SummerSlam or something like that. He is being pinned after the swing by Cesaro. And as he's being pinned, he says out loud, 1, 2, 3, as he's being pinned. Why? Like, I can understand if maybe, okay, he needs to count out loud because he has to kick out. He counted out loud when he lost. So why do you need to count to 3? What? That was just crazy to me. Buttface, great name. Buttface says, do you think Luke Harper was underrated when he died? Yeah, I wouldn't even say underrated, because I feel like a lot of people recognized his talent. He just never quite found his stride, and it sucks. It sucks because he was there. He was there. Christian Reeve says, what's the meaning of life? The meaning of life to me, make memories. When I'm on my deathbed, if I have great grandchildren, let's just say, and they come up to me and they want me to tell them about my life, I want them to find my story interesting. I want them to look back. I want to look back, and I'm telling them the story of how I got to wrestle Hall of Famers, how I was streaming on YouTube, on how I opened up for DMX. I want to have stories. I want to have memories that will last me forever and that I can share with those generations after me. And for me, that's the meaning of life. Let's see. Narav says, I don't know how. Okay, let me actually say this, since we're about halfway through the last live stream of 2020. This is the last live stream of 2020. If you guys haven't yet, don't forget to smash that like button. I always appreciate it. The most likes, and we're not going to even beat it this time either. The most likes I've ever gotten in a live stream was 65 likes. 65. So one day, One day we'll have to beat that, right? One day. Let's see. And the Rob, how was Hitman 2? Let me know. Michael B says, when Jimmy comes back, do I think him and Jay are going to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're going to see at some point soon Roman Reigns almost lose, and then like Jay Uso be taken out of the equation. Let's just say, for example, I don't know, Jay Uso gets put through a table and Roman Reigns is about to lose. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And then Jay Uso comes back and helps Roman Reigns, and then we're going to see a heel Jay and Jimmy win those tag titles 110%. I believe that's going to happen. Bufo says, would I rather be thrown off the top of Hell in a Cell or do a Punjabi prison match with the Great Khali? I'm going to say the Punjabi prison match because I'm not worried about going against the Great Khali at all. But being thrown off a Hell in a Cell, oh man, that's just crazy. Nebula says, my favorite finisher is the Rainmaker. Anyways, what's your take on I forget how to pronounce that dude's name versus Walter? I'm not a huge Walter fan, man. I'm really not. And I have to go back and watch that match because I haven't seen it because I'm not a Walter fan. I just feel like he's a big angry baby. Like I feel like he's got a baby face, like big. Like I don't know, it's supposed to scare me. I'm Walter. No one cares. I'm not scared of you, Walter. He's got a big angry baby face. Like, oh, but have you seen him chop? Have you seen me chop? All right then. I don't care about your chops. Come on, Walter. Get out of here. Who do I think are the best commentators in the world? Now you said in the game right now. Here's the truth. I think JR just isn't as good as he once was. Oh, I said it. I love JR. I'm sorry, Jim Ross, but he's not as good as he once was. I think one of the most underrated commentators of all time, and if you watch AEW Dark, you'll see what I mean, is Taz. Taz is so good at commentary. It's so natural. It's just very fluid. And obviously he has his Brooklyn accent, so it comes off a little bit different. He has just a different sound compared to most people. You know what I mean? But I think Taz is one of the most underrated. So I think the Royal Rumble will be good, considering that we're still in the COVID era. Excellent question, Christian Reeve. One thing that sucks, is that last year's Royal Rumble was amazing. I mean, you had Edge come back, and it was this crazy moment. And this year's Royal Rumble feels like it's going to be tough. And let me tell you why also. Something that you guys, well, not you guys, but some people might not realize. Since it's the COVID era, there's a lot of money that WWE and wrestling in general is losing. So you're not going to have those highly paid returning names. You're not going to have a Brock Lesnar. You're probably not going to have a Ronda Rousey, a Goldberg. You're not going to have those people in this Rumble because it's going to cost way too much, and there's not even fans in attendance. So I don't think you'll see a lot of those special returns. Maybe of wrestlers like, let's see, like a Ryback. You might see someone like that return. Not Ryback exactly, but maybe a former wrestler who doesn't wrestle anymore. But you're not going to have like legends and huge names. At least this is my opinion. I don't think so. Because it's going to cost too much. So you'll probably see a lot of NXT wrestlers in this Royal Rumble. You'll see them take advantage of like the whole roster as opposed to having a lot of special returns. Thomas says, whatever happened to Spike Dudley? I believe he's a teacher. I don't know for sure, but I believe he's a teacher. Dorothy says, what is the worst WCW moment in my opinion? The worst WCW moment? Well, they had some stupid matches. Like, what was that? Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match or something like that? I don't know. I think that's got to be the dumbest one. Brian says, when do you think Roman Reigns will lose the Universal Championship? I think the earliest he will lose it is at WrestleMania. That would be my guess. If he goes against Goldberg at WrestleMania, I'm really hoping Roman wins. But I think, hold up, wait a minute. I got to scroll because we got a super chat from Christian Reeve. Much love to Christian Reeve. And he says, a gift for being awesome and working so hard this year. Can't wait for your comeback. Christian Reeve, much love, my brother. And I will say this. It's not a question that was asked, but there will be an update on that very, 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 very soon. But much love to Christian Reeve for the super chats. You are the man. You are the man. And I appreciate that. This year was a lot of grinding. If you don't know, Christian Reeve has his own YouTube channel and podcast, so definitely check that out. There's a plethora of different things on there, so pretty cool. Entertainment channel. Yeah, this year's been crazy. I mean, releasing multiple videos every week and like pushing it and pushing it and pushing. It's just been bananas. Oh, speaking of, before I forget, and I'll answer more of your questions, but before I forget, so I decided earlier today, I was like, let me start recording the new Battlegrounds video. So I recorded an hour. Now, the last one, if you guys watched the last Battlegrounds video, what I recorded, like my own playing, was deleted. This time, the PlayStation had an error, and it didn't record any of my gameplay. So, I'm considering how to do this, but I think what I'm going to do is play those matches that you guys didn't get to see me play live, and just kind of go through it. But man, that sucked. I was so mad. I'm like, an hour of recording down the drain. So I have to do it again for you guys tonight. So tonight will be a very, very, very late night. But let me back up a little bit. Much love to Christian again for the super chat. All right. Yeah, you guys are crazy. Oh, okay, there you go. Sammy B had the answer here. He started a family and became an accountant. I did not know that. Thank you, Sammy B. Thomas Bailey says, favorite wrestling match that never happened but should have. For you, it's Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 22. Yeah. Oh, man. That would have been a crazy match. That's definitely up there for me. The Rock versus Shawn Michaels is up there for me. Yeah. Oh, man, Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn. That would have just been magic. Do I think Seth Rollins will come back as a face? Yes. Yes, I do. I hope they don't. Well, he might wrestle in the Royal Rumble. He won't win, but he might be in the Rumble. I can definitely see him coming back as a face, and I think when he does, it only seems to make sense that he would go against Roman Reigns for the title, right? And he shouldn't win. Roman Reigns should keep it going, but I almost feel like if Seth comes back and faces Roman sometime between the Rumble and Mania, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know what Seth is going to do when he comes back. Oh, don't ever be sorry if you're late. I just appreciate you being here, guys. We have about 20 minutes left of this live stream, so if you have anything specific, make like Christian Reeve. Obviously, you have the option for a super chat or super sticker if you would like. Totally up to you, but that is the only way to ensure that I get to your question right away, but I will try to get to everybody's. It's the last live stream of the year, baby. Last live stream of the year, baby. Justin said, yes, a match of mine. Oh, man, that was so long ago. I'm sorry, guys. I try to take my time and answer every single question that I can. A match that I've been in that I will never regret? Oh, there's a lot of them. I mean, any match that I've wrestled a newcomer and that I think came out well, because if I can make somebody new look good in the ring, then I've done a great job. Any match that I've wrestled a former WWE Impact Wrestling legend was always a big deal to me as well, for sure. Faux show. It's me, Mark them. Oh, man, dude, you're always changing your name, man. Why do you do this to me, man? Why do you do this to me? Because to me, you're still a hero. Why? My favorite horror movies, asked Dorothy, is The Conjuring. I really enjoyed The Conjuring. Big E turning, let's see. I agree how a Big E turning heel and bring back his 5. I do enjoy the 5 count gimmick. So I'm wondering, I feel like eventually they should bring it back. I don't think he necessarily needs to turn heel. I just think he needs to keep this momentum going and be a reigning Intercontinental champ. I want him to be like, damn, Big E really killed it as an Intercontinental champion. Cameron says, do you know who Dank Ops is? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've actually reacted to Dank Ops' reaction. So for sure. They need to split up Cesaro and Nakamura because I think Cesaro needs a push. I agree. And to be honest with Nakamura, I don't think WWE should be his place anymore. I just don't think, well, I mean, if he's making good money, he's making good money. But if he wants to be like a world champ, I think it's time to find some other endeavors. Do I think Peter Avalon is a good heel? Peter Avalon's all right. I mean, he's there to do exactly what he does, you know, kind of be a goofy heel. So, yeah, he does that just fine. And he's so pretty, right? What a pretty man. Kali is overrated. Definitely overrated. Let's see. The Fiend in the building. And again, if I'm late to, introduce you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Got back from the hospital from a hurt hip. Oh, man. Okay. I hope you're feeling better, man. I hope you're feeling better. Alan says, what's up and have a happy new year. Yes, everybody who's here, I hope you've had a very, very wonderful holiday season. And I hope that you have a great new year. And I hope 2021 is better for everybody, right? I hope so. To be honest, I wish they kind of made Kevin. Who's Kevin? Kevin? Oh, Owens. Kevin Owens, you mean? A bit stronger in TLC. Kevin Owens looked like a beast in both the TLC match and his cage match on SmackDown. He looked great. What's your favorite video of mine? And can't say the podcast we did together. That's fair. I definitely like your covers. I think your covers are pretty cool. I always wish that I can sing and play instruments. And obviously I do a lot of other things musically. But I'm always envious of anyone that can sing, man. That's always cool to me. Alan May says, how do you feel about Luke Harper's death? Yeah, we talked about this a couple of times. It's a shame, man. Guy had a ton of potential. 41 is way too young. So rest in peace, Luke Harper. When is the last Battlegrounds video? Asked Dorothy. So I did start talking about that a little bit. Something crazy happened with oh my gosh. It's tomorrow, but I'm going to be up probably till like 5 o'clock in the morning because I recorded an hour's worth of Battlegrounds and it all went deleted. The PlayStation 4 said error. An hour into me doing the video. Oh, man. Talking about it makes me want to cry. I don't want to cry. You guys don't want to see me cry. Let's see. I want to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns in WrestleMania. So, speaking of The Rock versus Roman Reigns, that's another match that I think would have happened this WrestleMania if there was people in the audience. And unless WrestleMania, ends up having a quick turnaround and they end up getting people for their audience and whatnot, then I think there's a chance at The Rock. But someone that I have not mentioned that I think could potentially win the Royal Rumble, and I forgot who said it in the last live stream. I think it was Time Traveler. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. Don't you think it would make sense for someone from a different Samoan family to step up to the guy who thinks he's basically in charge of the whole tribe of Samoans? Don't you think someone else could be like, oh, you think you're the best Samoan? You think your family's the best? Well, time to change your opinion. I feel like Samoa Joe would be a really cool one, especially if he ended up just getting up from commentary and you didn't know he was going to get in the ring. I think that could be cool. The sad part was that Luke Harper had his whole career ahead of him. I know. It's terrible. It really, really is. It really is. Okay, so you said the Walter match changed your perspective of wrestling. So I'll tell you what, Nebula, I will go back and watch that match. I will check it out, and I will let you know my opinion. I will let you know. Yeah, unless Walter's bringing pork chops, I don't really care. Let's see. Harris is in the building. What's going on? I know, it has been a while, right? I thought the same thing when your name popped up. I was like, oh, it's been a little time. Would I rather be an NXT champion or make $300K to be a jobber? Wait. Oh, okay, an NXT champion and make $300K or be a jobber and make $5 million. $5 million. There's no shame in my game. A lot of people are like, what? You'd rather be a jobber? Yeah, put me on the main card and have me be a jobber and give me $5 million? Come on. I'm like, with $5 million, I can open up my own promotion. It'll be a small promotion, but a promotion nonetheless. All right. Dorothy says, what's my favorite Chris Jericho match? So giving one match is a little hard, but there's two moments that stick out in my head. Well, I'll back up. My first favorite Chris Jericho match was him against Triple H in, I want to say 2000 or 2001. It was on a Raw where Triple H put his title on the line and Chris Jericho won, But then they decided to reverse the decision because Earl Hebner did a fast count. And that hurt my soul because I was like, oh my gosh, Jericho did it. And then I found out it wasn't true. He wasn't the champion at all. Ooh, Brian asked a very good question. He says, what do I want to accomplish in 2021? So I have a big thing that I would love to share with you guys. I just can't yet. And it's the major thing. I would say this: get back in really good shape. I want those 6-pack abs. I want to look ripped like I once did. I think that's definitely a top priority. Yeah, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff. I'll give you that for now because there's so much stuff that I just can't mention yet. But soon, very, very soon. All right, Nebula said, hold up, but I don't know what we're holding up for. How high do I rank Joey Styles in terms of all-time greatest commentators? I personally wasn't a huge Joey Styles fan, but if I had to put him in, I would still say top 20 because I know a lot of people really, really like Joey Styles. I mean, I don't dislike Joey Styles. He's just not in my top 5. Let's see. Sammy B says, my friend and I are doing the Nerd song with new verses on it. Is it like a remix or you just decided that you guys wanted new verses on it? I'm like, what's wrong with the song, man? You don't like the song? Is there something wrong with my verse? Let me know. Let's see. My favorite commentary is number 1, Jim Ross. Number 2, Jerry Lawler. Number 3, Taz. Number 4, Mauro Ranallo. And number 5, no, it's not weird to put Michael Cole 5. Honestly, that's a really good top 5. Because I really like Mauro Ranallo too, and I love Jerry the King. Honestly, your top 5 is probably my top 5. So, dude, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Michael Cole is really good at his job. I don't think he gets enough credit because he's not like first of all, he's not a color commentator. And he's not known for something like special. Like JR is known for talking about barbecue sauce and, freaking whipping him like a government mule. I don't think Cole has enough of those things where like you remember him. Like he talks about vintage this and vintage that. He says boss time. But I think a lot of people forget. Like if Michael Cole were to disappear tomorrow, I think a lot of people would really, really feel his absence in WWE. Not enough credit for Cole. Always getting played. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? My favorite Macho Man moment. Ooh, that's a good question. I would say his rivalry with Hulk Hogan. It felt real. It felt like there was like an underlying beef there, because he had a lust in his eyes. Do I know Daz Games? And this is from Cosmic Fire. I do. Yeah. I did a reaction to Daz Games too. I challenge you guys because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's people who watched every video of mine, like every time it comes out. But I challenge you guys, do some searching on my channel. There's some cool stuff on there. If you're a fan of Dank Ops, if you're a fan of Cody Ko, if you're a fan of Daz Games, I've done reactions to all those guys. Yeah, I have some cool things on my channel, so check it out. Check out my playlist specifically. The Fiend wants to know what I got for Christmas, so I won't repeat it, but I did get a lot of Funko Pops. The Fiend, when this is over and after it processes and it goes up on my YouTube channel and whatnot, definitely check out the first 10 minutes of the video because I show all my new pops. Maybe if we have a couple minutes at the end, I will do a quick review. Oh, the Fiend has a birthday in 2 days. Just in case we don't talk before then, happy birthday to the Fiend. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be a weird one, but I feel like I have to sing. The Fiend. Do you have a real name that, well, not a real name. I don't want you to have to share your government. I guess I'm going to have to say The Fiend. We'll make this work. In 2 days, I'll make sure I remember to give you a happy birthday, Fiend. Let's see. Christian Reeve, may have a whole song, dance, maybe a nice post. Something beautiful. Something that'll bring a tear to your eye, man. Let's see. Christian Reeve says, how do I think Andre the Giant would have fared in the Attitude Era? No, I don't think he would have. Big Show is way too athletic for Andre. Sorry. So if you have someone who's like his size, but can move like a cruiserweight, Andre would have been in trouble. To be honest, Seth Rollins is good as a heel. Just that WWE booking wasn't that good. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame booking completely. It's tough, man. Like, I don't give WWE, Impact, AEW, I don't give them a hard time. Right now, during the COVID crisis, I'm just happy that there's wrestling on TV. You know how hard it is to keep things going? Like, we have to remember not to criticize wrestling too much right now and to give them more props. Like, there should be more tweets thanking WWE for even just being on TV and giving us more wrestling right now. You know what I mean? Maybe after this live stream, I'll go do that. You know, Alan is right. He said that he heard Seth is coming back next Friday. I heard the same thing, that he'll be on the next SmackDown. So we shall see. Oh, Christian Reeve. I have not watched a single episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Crazy, right? Not a single one. Not one episode have I seen. Oops. I heard it's really good, so I will definitely have to check it out. Nebula says Triple H and Rey Mysterio never faced each other. Is that true? Wow. Yeah, I think they've only like wrestled in like Survivor Series type matches or Royal Rumbles and whatnot. Yeah, wow. Really? I would like to see them wrestle each other. I think that'd be cool, even now. Let's see. Sammy B says, I am the #1 attraction. Matt Saxon and everybody else is just second rate. Damn right. Let's see. Cosmic Fire, ask me one more time if I know Daz games. Ask me one more time. Brian says, my brother and sister are playing Just Dance 2021. And I can hear them even with my door closed and headphones. Sorry, Brian. Sometimes that's just sibling life, man. That's just sibling life. Oh, wow. I'm really behind on your questions today, guys. Sorry. I like Cesaro. Yeah, listen, I think Cesaro does deserve a shot. I'd say make him like Money in the Bank. Yeah. There's a rumor that Vince is unhealthy. I know. I did hear that too. You know, Vince is getting older. He's not going to last forever. Sad to say, but true. Let's see. Okay, I'm glad to hear everything with your hip was okay, Fiend. I'm really behind on these questions, guys. So, like I said, we have 8 minutes left of the stream. I will do my best to answer everyone's questions. It's kind of impossible sometimes, just given the time restraints. So if you would like me to answer your question on the very, very last stream of 2020, take advantage of that super chat and super sticker option, just like Christian Reeve did, and I will answer it before this stream ends. Otherwise, I will do my best. I will do my best to get to everything. Let's see. If myself and Ricochet were a tag team, what would the name be? That's a good question. I don't know. What do you guys think? Christian, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to actually turn it over to you guys. If Ricochet and myself were a team, what would that tag team name be? I'm going to say Trigger Happy. That's going to be my name. Trigger Happy. That's going to be the tag team name. That's what I choose. Trigger Happy. Yeah, Kevin Owens did do great, but wow, am I that far behind? Let's see. Oh, I'm very far behind. I just had to check. Oh my gosh, did I see this that late? I am so sorry. No wrestling IQ. How am I just seeing this? It didn't give me like a nothing. No wrestling IQ in the house. Much love to the drop. No wrestling IQ. Let me back. That's weird. Usually it tells me, but it didn't tell me this time. Oh my goodness. No wrestling IQ. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. And shout out to No Wrestling IQ. I don't know. Bro, I don't know if you saw it. But thanks to you and Sammy B, I was able to get an exclusive Undertaker. Ooh. And Trish Stratus. Because you know how I love me some Stratisfaction. You know what I'm saying. All right. Oh, man. No wrestling IQ. I'm really, really sorry. I didn't see that sooner. Wow. I hope you're still here, brother. Let me know if you're still here. If not, I will have to make a post thanking you. But that's my fault, man. I feel really bad that I missed that. Yeah, that's weird. Usually, like, pops up in, like, a bunch of color. This time it didn't. Weird. But yes, let me know if you have any questions, brother. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm glad you're still here, man. So thank you so much for the super chat. It means a lot to me, as always. You guys trying to make me cry. But yes, I was able to get both pops as promised. All right, so let's see. Ooh, that's a good one. The Fiend says number 1 and only. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. All right, Thomas. Okay, all right. Let me back up. You guys got some good names here. Let's see how fast I can answer some of these questions. Oh my gosh, there's no way I'm gonna catch up. I know I'm behind. I know I'm so behind. My goodness. I will need someone else to start answering my questions for me. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Christian Reeve says, if you get signed by a major... All right, guys, if you haven't already... Is there really 40 people in this room right now? If you guys haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. I see we got 44 people in the room and 22 likes. How is this possible? How? But yes, make sure you smash that like button. It says there's 56 people in this room right now. Is that true? Am I being pranked? Is there really 56 people in this? Is there really 61 people? I think my thing is glitching. Is there really 63 people in here right now? I'm telling you, this is going crazy. Oh, it is. It really is 64 people in this room? You guys are messing. There's not 70 people in this room, right? What is going on? There's no 70 people in this room right now. 73? What is happening? There's no... Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this number is going berserk, but I don't believe... Those are bots. Yeah. Thank you, Sammy B. I'm like, there's no way there's 70-something people in this room right now. Okay. I was going to say, there's no way. So, does this happen often? I've never had a bunch of bots into the room and the number goes up and up. I mean, it's at 80-something right now. So, I don't really... All it takes is someone sharing a link, but I don't know. It's not 91. This is just crazy. I'll say this. Since I don't see new people responding, I'm going to assume that it's not really at 94 people. But it's kind of weird that it's at 98 right now. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It's at 103. I don't know what's happening. But this is really prompting me to just stay on here as long as I can. Like, this is actually crazy. It's at 109 right now. So, if there's really 109 people on this stream, someone say something. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I see my regulars are here. Regulars, I love you guys. I love that you guys are here. Wow, okay. Okay, listen, let me back up. Right now it's about to say 120 people, 121. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to stay on here for longer because now you guys have motivated me to. What's going on, Tamil? What's up? Tamil in the house. Tamil Decree in the house. This is the part where I start, yeah, for real. I feel like I got to start dancing or something. It's at 132. 132. What's happening? A late Christmas present? I don't really know. Right now it's at 173. Do we have 100? I mean, what? What's going on here? How do these numbers keep going up? All right, anyway, let me start answering your questions. Let me not focus on this number going up and up. I have a lot of questions to answer before we end the stream. And guess what? Guess what, guys? Right now it's at 145 for me. 149. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but it's pretty cool. So, what do you say? What do you say that we kick things up a notch and we keep this going for another 10 minutes, right? It's the last stream of the year. And right now it says there's 171 people in here, which again, I don't think is true. It's not, I only believe it's not true because, yeah, new people, there's not a lot of new people saying things. It's got to be bots. But I mean, I don't know. Is that normal? Like, listen, I have to be honest with you guys. I know a lot of people keep saying that it's bots. Is that a normal thing? All right. Angry math teacher says, nah, man, we're here. Oh, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. It's at 197 people. Okay. Again, let me ask you guys this because I'm not a huge, I don't go on a lot of streams. So is it normal for bots or not normal? Okay. So it's at 203 then. Like, do you guys go into different rooms and then all of a sudden it's like a bunch of bots? Is that normal? You guys are saying, no, it's not normal. So are we just guessing it's bots? I don't know. So yeah, and like, yeah, just so you know, like I'm not someone who's like, oh, I don't, could you pay people to go? I don't know. You guys keep saying bots, but I'm like, How? How is it bots? What does that mean? Like, what does that actually look like? It happens on Twitch, but does it happen on YouTube? Have you guys ever experienced that where like another YouTuber was like, oh my gosh, it's growing so much? Because I've never seen this in my life. This is crazy to me. No, I know bots are fake generated plays, but is that something that actually happens on YouTube? So I feel like we've plateaued. Right now it's going down. The number's going down. So I think we plateaued at like 216, which is crazy. But anyway, let me start answering your questions. You guys have questions. I think we got excited for a little while there. That was bananas. I mean, this is definitely the most people I've ever had in one thing, you know? So yeah, the number is starting to cool off. Maybe it was just a glitch. But if you are watching and you are part of the 208, 205, you see, it's like dropping down a lot. But if you're part of the 200 people in this room right now, give me a hell yeah. You know? Anyway, so we have about 10 more minutes. I'm giving you guys an extra 10 just because that was crazy, right? That was bananas. Like, so many people were in here just now. And let me go back and answer some of these questions because the people that are here every single live stream, you guys deserve it. All right, I have so many. Now I'm looking back at the things and it's all it says is like, this is bananas. This is crazy. All right, so let's see. Okay, this is a really good question. So Thomas, let me say this, by the way, since there does say there's 200 people in this room and I just don't believe it. If you are just joining this live stream, make sure you smash that like button like it owes you money. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world. In the world! Out of the whole world, I'm the cheapest. Don't believe me? Prove me wrong. Anyway, so yeah, smash that like button if you're just joining. Let's answer some more questions. We're going for bonus round here, an extra 10 minutes. And I had asked you guys, what are some, if myself and Ricochet were to team up, because everyone always says, yo, Matt, you look like Ricochet, dude. Yo, dude, you remind me of Ricochet. So if Ricochet and myself were to form a tag team, what would it be called? My idea was Trigger Happy. And let's see. So from Thomas, we have Team Lightning. From The Fiend, 360 rates. Okay, I see what you did there. Who else do we have? I thought The Fiend's answer was really good. The number one and only. Like number one and only. I thought that was cool. I like that one, Fiend. All right, let's see. All right, let me go. Do I have any WWE figures? Oh, I have a lot of figures. And if you mean action figures, I have that, just a couple, though. I think I only have The Rock and Chris Jericho, but I have plenty of wrestling pops. I love my pop figures. You guys know this. I do love my pop figures. If you're just joining, don't forget to smash that like button. What's going on, guys? We went crazy in this room a little while ago because the number just started going. And I felt like we had to keep going, right? So we added an extra 10 minutes to this live stream. And we were this close to ending the live stream, too. It's a good thing we didn't. All right, I see some people shared the stream. Yeah, if you guys want to share the stream, I'll say this. If it keeps going, we'll keep going. If it keeps going up, if all of a sudden I look at it and it's at like 250, 300, we'll keep going. So definitely share the screen. I think this is the right way to finish off the last stream of 2020, right? With the most people in it ever, if it's real. Maybe I'm just experiencing some sort of glitch. I don't know. Yeah, Christian Reeve said I was interested to see how high. I think it went up to like 224. That seemed to be the climax, the peak. All right, so let's see. Let me answer some more of your questions. What other questions do you guys have? Or what do we want to talk about? Let's see. Christian Reeve said it could have been rated. Yeah, the room could have been rated. I don't know. But is that a thing or is that just a Twitch thing? I feel like that's just a Twitch thing. Right? All right, so let me go to the end here. What do we have here? Sammy B says, let's do another hour. I would love to, but I'm really kind of hungry. Wait a minute. Let me back up. Was this another? No, is this the same super chat? Man, this whole thing is glitching. I don't know. Okay. No wrestling IQ. Much love, brother. You said hell yeah. And I think that's another super chat, right? My system's being a little funky here, so I don't know. I don't know if it's legit, but if it is, much love to No Wrestling IQ. Much love to Christian Reeve as well, both who implied the super chat option. If you guys want, we have the super chat, super sticker options. It's all love. I appreciate it. I appreciate just you guys being here. It means a lot to me. All right, let's see. Bryant says, what's my favorite NXT takeover? I would have to go Brooklyn, where the main event was Sasha Banks versus Bayley. That match was just insane. Oh, no Wrestling IQ said his number went up to 258. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's just crazy talk. But you see, it's interesting too, because there's 220 people here and the likes only went up by 1. So like, I'm curious. I'm like, I really don't think there's over 200 people in this room right now. I really don't. Tinky Winky says, hey man, I missed it, dude. We're still going, bro. Oh, no Wrestling IQ, much love. You said it's a different one, so I'm going to be real with you here. My number did not change on my end. So I'm going to just screenshot it because every once in a while I have to yell at YouTube and I'm just like, dude, you're cheating people of the money that they spent, that they put into this. So let me just do a little screenshot action there. Got that saved just in case they try to cheat me or cheat you. Honestly, it's more of like cheating you. You know what I mean? Oh, much love, Christian Reeves. Shared it on Twitter. All right. Let's see. Dorothy says, what's my least favorite Lucha Underground moment? There's certain things that I thought were too cheesy and too silly with their cinematic stuff. But overall, I really, really liked Lucha Underground. I thought it was great. Like I am shocked that it didn't work for long term, man. Lucha Underground was awesome. Brian wants to know, would I rather win the Money in the Bank or win the Royal Rumble? So my answer is the Royal Rumble. Oh, come on. Royal Rumble for sure. I mean, like, that's just epic. And then I get to main event WrestleMania. What? Yeah, all right, so much love again. We have like 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left of this live stream. What's going on, Incredible One? If you guys have something to say it now. Don't forget to smash that like button. It says we have 200 people in this room right now, so if you're there, let me hear you. Incredible One, good to see you. What's my favorite song by Fozzie? I do like Judas. I do. But when Fozzie first came out, their first major single was a song called To Kill a Stranger, which I thought was pretty dope. It's like, and who am I to kill a stranger after all that we've been through? You guys love my singing, I know, right? All right, let's see. Tinky Winky says, I would rather win Money in the Bank because the win percentage is higher than the Royal Rumble. Okay, so here's the truth. You make a good point. And then in the last minute, Tinky Winky, I've been thinking about that, and I changed my mind. I would actually choose the Money in the Bank because then I can main event WrestleMania anyway. I could do exactly what Seth Rollins did and win the main event of WrestleMania if I want. I appreciate that, Christian Reeve. Yeah, I do get excited about this stuff. I mean, listen, this was supposed to be a memorable last stream, right? And how memorable is that? That it said there was over 200 people in this room. I still don't quite believe it, but Let's see. Nebula says, what is a moment in your career that is Mamma Mia worthy? Ooh, Mamma Mia worthy. I like that question. I think a lot of people enjoyed it, and it wasn't really, I don't know if it was Mamma Mia worthy, but in my match against T-Sizzle, I ducked this clothesline, and I hit him with a super kick, and I feel like everyone in the audience was like, oh, but that was a really cool one. I would say, I'm trying to think, Mamma Mia worthy. That's a tough one. And probably the two times I won the championship, because the first time I won a championship, I was a heel, and the second time I was a babyface, but they were both really cool moments. And when I was a heel, I ended up pinning the promoter of the company who won the title, and it was kind of one of those cheap things. It was like a championship scramble almost. So I took the title in the last few seconds, and that was my true heel fashion, and Mamma Mia fashion, if you will. What is my favorite championship design? I'm still a big fan of the Undisputed title back when Eddie Guerrero had it. I thought that was a really cool title. I don't know why it was so short-lived. Val Venus, yeah, I remember Val Venus, Buffo. Hello, ladies. With the towel. All that good stuff. All right, guys, we have about a minute left. I'm going to try to answer the questions we have up on here. If you could exactly. I would cash in at Mania, yeah. My favorite WWE Funko Pop is definitely The Fiend. And I'll let you guys know when I have one that I like more than The Fiend, but The Fiend is definitely up there. For sure. No, you guys are right. Listen, you guys were right about the Money in the Bank. The Royal Rumble, I think, is more prestigious to win. But let's say I can just cash in at Mania. I'll just cash in the middle of the match, right? Let's see. Don't you wish you were? Oh, cruiserweight. The cruiserweight design is pretty dope. Buffo. I'm just gonna shake my head at you. Oh, you just got a new kitten, Tinky Winky, named Mox. Very cool. Very cool. My least favorite title design. The current ones. No. The Divas title. The Divas title was the worst. The butterfly, that was terrible. Terrible. Thoughts on Choppy Pee Pee? Christian Reeve, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what Choppy Pee Pee is. What is that? Do I think Roddy Piper deserved? Listen, Roddy Piper, underrated. He deserved whatever you guys think he deserved in the wrestling world. All right, guys. Oh, that's a good Val Venus impression. Thanks. I appreciate it. All those years of watching wrestling. All right, I have 3 more questions I can answer, then I gotta go. I'm giving you guys an extra 5 minutes. And then I'm hungry. I'm hungry. What would you rather be, a New Japan main eventer or a WWE mid-card? WWE mid-card. That's my answer. And then hopefully I can work myself up to that point. Thomas says, oh, yeah, Roddy Piper. Listen, Roddy Piper is my dude, man. Like, love myself, Roddy Piper. And you know what? I was talking about the show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He has a nice recurring guest star on that show. Oh, Valve. Oh, my gosh. I totally forgot about that, Christian Reeve. Kai and Tai, yes. Indeed. Wow, that seems like forever ago. Let's see. Would I rather take a bonsai drop from Viscera or Yokozuna? Yokozuna. Thoughts on Tajiri? Hell of a talent, man. Love Tajiri. Love the Mist. Love that he brought the Mist really to the States and made it famous. Love this buzzsaw kick. Let's see. Jason says, can you survive the Attitude Era? I think The Undertaker will make a great tall man in Phantasm. What? Thoughts on Doink and ECW? Doink was great, man. Born was great. Excellent. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start wrapping this thing up. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That is what I'm going to give it. And then I am so hungry. So very hungry. I like to eat. This was the very, very, very last stream of the year. I know. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Christian Reeve and No Wrestling IQ for the super chats. It means so, so much to me. Make sure before we go, smash that like button. This was crazy. I think there was over 200 and something people in this stream, right? Wow. I mean, yowie, wowie. Right? Craziness, man. Craziness. And yes, make sure you smash that like button before you go. I just saw that number go up by 1. But you see, I'm still skeptical about how many people are in this room. Because, I mean, 65 likes in that other room when we only had like 65 people compared to like 200 likes. I mean, 200 people and only 27 likes. I don't know. I think YouTube's pranking a brother. All right, everybody. Have a good night. And if I don't talk to you, Happy New Year. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for the grand finale. The grand finale of... I'll see you guys later. The grand finale of WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I finish the game tomorrow. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Peace!